You ready? Alright. Clear.
Mexico Memorial Airport. Automated weather observation 1637 Zulu weather wind 230 at 11 gust 21 visibility 10 clear below 12,000 temperature 16 Celsius dew point 2 altimeter 3014.
Alright, we're going to do a run up here. Run it up to 1600, close to it. We'll check H ignition. Okay, let no oil temp go up. Mixture rich. We'll add a little bit of flaps. Okay, controls clear and free. A little bit of wind today. Gas is on both tanks, which is filled up, so I know there is fuel. Doors locked, secure, seat belts.
I'm all good on this side. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's nearly spring-like weather today. Even though we're still, well, I guess we are early March, so that is nearly spring, official spring weather now, isn't it?
Yeah, mid-March, you know. Might as well say it's spring in Missouri for sure.
All right. Although being Missouri, sometimes we can get snow this time of the year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But we know it's short-lived at this point.
Absolutely. So this is basically the beginning of our 2024 flying season. And so we'll take up the STOL CH 750 Super Duty, take it up for a spin, and discuss a few things that are going on at Zenith, and certainly enjoy this flight.
Mexico traffic, Springboard 750 Yankee November is going to be departing runway 24, be local flight 4 Mexico.
So we've got the wind nearly straight down the runway.
Yeah, we've got, what did it say, like 21, gusting to 21 knots?
11 gusting to 21.
Which, you know, a lot of customers ask me what's the maximum. Well, really, on most of our aircraft, it's really up to the pilot what he can handle, not the airplane. We've done up over 30 knots, and pretty much you don't find it much more than 30 knots anywhere, so.
Right, and that's, you know, especially we've got full-length ailerons, you know, flaperons on these airplanes, so a lot of control. So here we are started. I guess you'll just demonstrate what I guess is considered a normal takeoff, right?
And a lot of customers, you know, they'll say, you know, you got 20 knots, you can take off short. Well, yes and no, because when it's gusting like that, you don't want to just shove the power in all at once because you're going to be thrown around. So you want to ease into it, so you might not be taking off any shorter than you would be on no wind because you're trying to control it. So I typically will have to stick it back about 3/4, add power, and then release the brakes, and then the nose comes up instantly and fly right off. So stick it back, nose up, add the rest of the power, and just work the rudders a little bit just to get everything feeling.
Yeah. And that was, you know, an example of what you said. It was definitely a short takeoff, but it wasn't shorter than normal.
Exactly.
Even though we had a bit of a headwind, but...
and, you know, I was anticipating more of a gust, so I didn't want to just yank it off. Now, if I go around again, now I know what to expect. I could yank it off quick.
Of course, a normal takeoff in this airplane is still extremely short by all measures.
It is.
You know, here we are, look, we're 500 feet above the runway already.
And the nose is almost level.
And we still got a lot of runway in front of us.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's our factory there. It's getting added on, a little upgrade.
Yeah, we can definitely see there's quite a bit more roof on the factory, and so we're getting at that exciting stage now because we're nearly done with the expansion, nearly ready to move in, and it's taken a lot longer, or it's taken somewhat longer than we were originally anticipating. But I guess, you know, working with contractors in this labor market right now, that's probably to be expected. But we're definitely looking forward to it. Those of you that come visit, you know, end of the month, which is end of March, and into April, we should really already be able to see having moved into the back half of the factory. So excited about that. Gives us increased manufacturing ability and capability. So we'll look forward to doing more and more manufacturing. Yeah, a little bit gusty out, isn't it? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, because when I first pulled the airplane out earlier today, it was nice and calm. Now it's a gusty situation. But these airplanes, it's still very comfortable flying doing that. So we haven't been up for a while. We haven't been flying for a little while now, so it's a good opportunity to go flying, share what we love to do, which is flying these airplanes around.
Oh, it is.
And so we're in, like I mentioned earlier, we're in nearly mid-March. We have a workshop coming up this week. And this year we're finding that our workshop classes are filling up earlier than normally. So, which is great to see. That means, you know, folks are definitely interested in learning more about building and flying their airplane. Love to see that. And when we put on the classes, if we have 12 people or if we have 6, 7, or 8 people, it's the same amount of work nearly for us. Although you do more demo flights, don't you?
Oh yeah. And it's a fun time, and I strongly recommend customers coming to the workshop, because, you know, it lets us meet them, they meet us, they know what to expect when they get their kit. And when they call for tech support or buy new parts or whatever, it just makes it more person to person.
Absolutely. And of course, yeah, you know, the demo flight, factory tour is all part of the workshop experience. And you know, I know for most people, you know, building an airplane, it's something that at some level they start thinking about, but until you do it, you really have no real understanding of what building an airplane is all about. And the workshop experience is just a compressed format, allows you to really take something from beginning to end, working with the drawings and manuals, and then just see how easy or difficult, if you will, building an airplane is.
Oh, looky there, we can check on our office manager today. She's at home, and yeah, she is at home.
She is. That's right. Caitlin, I think her babysitter had to cancel or something, so she was working from home this morning. How fun. And so, yeah, we're kind of into the beginning of the 2024 flying season, so looking forward to that. Early next month, we'll be heading down to Sun and Fun, and that's always, you know, what they call spring break for pilots. So it's always kind of fun to fly down to that. We'll be flying this airplane down and having pretty much a full assortment of Zeniths at the booth. Which reminds me, we've got always a large display space at Sun and Fun. If some of you are planning to fly your Zenith to Sun and Fun, get a hold of me. We may be able to put you in the Zenith booth, show off your airplane, especially if it's a newer airplane, something we want to share with other builders, because I know for customers, it's one thing to look at factory demo airplanes, but it's even more interesting sometimes to look at what customers have done with these airplanes, especially with Zenith. You have the choice of engine, avionics, so usually every time you look at a Zenith, you're looking at a one-of-a-kind creation, which makes it that much more interesting.
And then we have, right after the workshop, we have Evolution, which is our unpanel company. They are coming in the week of the 18th, and they're going to upgrade our system. I don't have ADS-B in. They've done a few other changes and stuff, because we've got one of the first prototype installations. Right. So they've come a long way. So they're going to come in and install all the new upgrades and everything for us. And well, hopefully we'll get it all working before we go to Sun and Fun, correct?
Hopefully, right?
That's always a worry, you know.
It will be nice to have ADS-B in as well, to see traffic and weather on the screen also.
Right.
And I assume that's what it will be with both traffic and weather on?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, that'll be nice to have added, because the nice thing about this screen, it's a large screen, a lot of space on it, so we can put a lot of information right on the screen. And I want to take this opportunity to remind you guys, don't come out to visit us at the factory. You don't have to wait for an event, whether it's a homecoming or workshop or anything like that. make an appointment, come out and visit us. We're happy to show you the factory. Our factory is pretty much always open to tours. And of course, Roger loves taking folks up for a demo flight. It's a nice break to your day, isn't it?
Oh,
when you go
it
up
is.
for a demo
Oh,
flight?
yeah. I get away from the phones, the employees. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I know when Roger's having a long day, his demo flights get longer and longer with customers. It's a nice escape from the day-to-day things. And of course, it's just wonderful being up here in the air, enjoying the countryside, and just, we typically don't go places when we go flying, but
Right.
it's still a real treat to be able to go flying.
Well, you think we should head back, or?
Yeah, we probably should, talking about getting some work done, right? But yeah, let's head back, take us in like you normally do with the demo flight, and
Okay. Well, we typically will enter the pattern. It's a normal airport, 1,000-foot pattern. We want to abide by the kind of the rules and go in normal. And we'll enter at a 45, left downwind for 24.
So Mexico traffic, Spring 1750 Yankee November is half a mile to the south. Be entering at 45 for left downwind for runway 24 Mexico.
And what we'll do is beam the numbers. We'll bring back power, bleed off the airspeed, add a little bit of flaps, and start our descent from then. Today, with the little gust factor, I'm probably going to work with power and pitch a little bit to control that. And probably might be a little bit of steep approach compared to a Cessna. And then we'll work our way down to the numbers. And once I start getting very close to the runway, I'll start bringing the nose up. And then at that point, I'll add just a little bit of power. It doesn't take much, just a little bit. 100 RPM goes a long way, but you need a little bit to, if you really want to land that on the spot, short landing. Yeah, definitely you can do a normal landing like a Cessna, but that's kind of boring too.
exactly.
Okay, we got gas undercarriage, mixture prop seatbelts. And let's bring back power or beam the numbers. Get in the wide arc, just a little bit of flaps.
Yeah, one of the nice things with these airplanes, there's just not as much forward inertia that you have on a cleaner, faster airplane. So this, you have so much better control with the power.
Right. And I like, from here on, a gradual turn towards final. Got excellent visibility. You're always seeing, you're always descending. This is a critical area right here in this corner that a lot of airplanes have, spin to stall or stall to spins.
Oh, right.
And Zenith, the 750, you don't have to worry about spins as much, but you still want to, maintain, not getting into that position.
Oh yeah, a little bit gusty this one today.
Mexico traffic, Spirit Mo's turning final for 24 Mexico.
And once I establish final and I can make the run while I have the rest of the flaps, but the wind, I can feel it blowing us.
I know.
And we're probably 25 knots right here of wind at this altitude. Had quite a bit of power there. Trimming it, I don't trim it hands off. I like a little stick pressure, and if you do have to do a go around, you've got it already trimmed out for a go around. And flaps all the way down, still not heavy, the stick. That seems like we're really high, but I could really chop power and I can lose that altitude very quick. And a little bit of gust. A lot of rudder authority though. Maintain that center line. Add just a little bit of power. Stick back.
Nice.
And
you even got it on the center line.
That's a little joke between Sebastien and I. So
I know there's always a bit of pressure for you there because we are documenting it.
Yeah. Now, if I would have slammed on the brakes and stopped it, you could probably been less than
100 feet.
Yeah,
100.
Exactly.
The actual roll would have been no more than 100
Yeah.
feet for sure.
But if you was really going into let's say a short strip or rough strip, you might not want to slam it down. You want to just keep a little bit of power and just gradually set it down, gradually do everything. That way you don't have to, what if there's a, go for a hole or something like that? You don't want to just slam it in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing, you know, these airplanes, their short field capability is very short, but it's also the pilot and then the environment that you're flying it in.
Exactly.
Because it's one thing to demonstrate a short landing when you've got 5,000 feet in front of you. It's another thing when you've got 200 feet in front of you.
Right.
You know,
yeah, it goes quick.
It goes quickly, and that's where practice. Even though it's an easy airplane to fly, and things don't happen too very, very quickly when you start having a very short runway. I mean, that's where practice makes a difference.
Right.
And I admire guys like Sheldon. You know,
he's practicing.
He's practicing and practicing. He's got a 750 with the Rotax engine, and he's with practice. He's finally getting the takeoffs and landings down into that 100-foot range. But it does take practice. It's not something that he just jumps into. So it's always a pleasure to see, especially younger people like Sheldon, getting into that. It's nice to see.